Do you think we've got enough food? Honestly, when I do the big food shop, people must wonder how many people I'm shopping for. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Lee from Mortgage Free Lee. I talk about money and mum life on the internet, and this is our Aldi food shop, our weekly shop for our family of 4. I'm going to take you through everything I bought and how much it cost. We'll also talk about what I plan to make with this. But before we get started, to set the scene, we are a family of 4, so we have 2 adults and 2 children. 1 is 6 and 1 is 3. Now my kids do eat some of their meals at school and childcare, so some of those meals don't have to be accounted for. After trying and failing so many times to stick to a £100 budget for our weekly shop, we're now aiming for a £150 weekly shop food budget. And we are in budget this week, but the challenge is avoiding top-up shops. We're also trying to eat healthier, less processed food, less UPF, all that good stuff. And again, I have tried and failed before, but you just gotta keep trying, right? So this week I planned some recipes from this book, which is What Mummy Makes by Rebecca Wilson. I think she's at by Rebecca Wilson Food now. And this Deliciously Yellow quick and easy recipe book. When I'm planning my food shop, the only way I can do it is to think breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks. It just doesn't work any other way. So for breakfast, I had like Weetabix, Cheerios, because that's what the kids eat. Scrambled eggs. Then I've got a recipe for Mexican baked eggs out of the What Mummy Makes cookbook. Some blueberry oat muffins, and a breakfast burrito. For lunches, I've got down tuna and avocado quesadillas from the What Mummy Makes cookbook, courgette puff pinwheels, also from that book, then a cucumber and cashew noodle salad from the Deliciously Ella one, and then obviously there are like leftovers, sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. So I haven't planned out every single dinner or lunch. If it gets confusing, sometimes I say dinner and I mean lunch, and I also call dinner tea, like the nighttime one. I'm from the north, it's just what we do. And then for tea, or dinner if you fancy, the nighttime one, I've got a few gusto recipes that I want to recreate. One is a bassa meal, one is a spicy pasta. Then I saw this amazing mushroom stroganoff recipe. I actually saw it on Instagram. I will put the account that I saw it on right here. You know when you see something and you just want it to be in your mouth right now? That was this. So I want to make that. Then there's a veggie lasagna in the Deliciously Ella cookbook that I already have all the ingredients for. And that should definitely give us some leftovers. We tend to have a pizza on a Friday. And I do like to leave a couple of nights open for just sort of a what do you fancy type night. Because we do have stuff in the cupboards and in the freezer that can get used up on those nights. So that's my sort of rough meal plan. Let's dive into what I bought. Since my big plan is to eat less processed food, this section is a fruit and veg one. This is the one I want to be the biggest. This table is so full, I might have to pull some things off as I'm going through them. But let's do fruit and veg first. I got 2 packs of chestnut mushrooms and a pack of these flat ones. These are for the mushroom stroganoff, mushroom stew, whatever it's called, recipe. That's what these are for. I do also need some cooked chestnuts that they don't sell at Aldi. So I will have to grab those from somewhere else for that recipe. In the fruit department, I got some mini bananas for the kids. I got some bananas for the banana oat muffins, blueberry oat muffins, I think. They need bananas. Something does. That's what those are for. I got some mini apples for the kids. I forgot to get apples for my husband. Whoops. I got some easy peelers, I got some lemons, and I got some limes. Then a bunch of the recipes that I wanted to make needed avocado, so I got 2 packs of those. I just hope that these are ripe, because it can definitely be hit or miss with these Aldi ones. I got some spring onions, which was 30% off. I forgot to say I got blueberries for the blueberry oat muffins as well, obviously. I've got a big bag of kale. That is for the bassa meal that we want to make. And also, I usually have a little bit left over that I like to have with eggs for breakfast. I got some sweet corn because this is one of the few veggies that my daughter does eat. Garlic, 2 potatoes for like a jacket potato option for a lunch or a dinner. I've got some mixed peppers, a massive cucumber because I didn't want to spend money on getting the baby ones. I've got some organic carrots. The kids like to snack on raw carrots. And to be fair, this is one of the times where I thought I could make the switch to organic. So I got those. I got some piccolo tomatoes because I love to have those with like scrambled eggs or with avocado on toast for breakfast. I got some salad tomatoes for the bassa meal that we're going to make. Courgettes for the courgette puff pinwheels. And asparagus tips, which is for the spicy pasta that we're going to make. I love that pasta so much. I'm going to put these things away and then we can sort of spread out a bit the other things so you can actually see them. I almost forgot on fruit and veg, I also got a watermelon and a honeydew melon and a big bag of potatoes because we were out. So the kids absolutely love melons, so I grabbed those. I have no idea where I'm going to put them, but I got them. I feel like my kids are so lucky. There's probably a lot of you who know what I mean when I say this, but like when I was younger, we would have never got like melon or watermelon. Not that I would have eaten it anyway. I'm not a big fan of fruit, but maybe that's why. But my husband absolutely loves fruit, and I know they would have never got a watermelon or a melon. These things just weren't as available. They certainly weren't affordable, and they have no idea how lucky they are. Now I really sound like my parents. We can do freezer next so that I can get these things in the freezer. So I have been seeing on social media these lemon and pepper breaded fish fillets. They were 19p, so I thought I'll have a look and see if they are. They were 19p. So whilst they weren't on my original shopping list, how can I turn down 4 breaded fish fillets for like less than 40p? I can't, can I? So those are going in the freezer for a future easy freezer meal. We also got sweet potato fries because we love these, hash browns because we love those. I did want some corn sausages, they didn't have them. So I will have to get those from somewhere else. Okay, in the bread section, I got these just like white buns for the kids for sandwiches. I got some mini tortilla wraps for the kids. I got some big tortilla wraps for a few of my recipes. Chia batters, which I needed for the batter meal. My favourite burger buns from Aldi because we usually have burgers at some point over the weekend. And just a loaf of bread. This is mostly for the kids because they don't care. I will get Jason's for myself. In terms of meat, I got the 2 frozen fish fillets that you saw already. I got some ready cooked salmon, which is great for a quick dinner. I got some unsmoked batter. I actually wanted smoked, they didn't have it, so we got this, which is for the batter meal. I've got some salmon fillets, which we'll probably have on a Sunday with some like homemade fries and maybe some broccoli. I also got tuna and I got ham. I was trying to look for like a ham with better ingredients. I don't really know what it is that I'm trying to avoid when it comes to ham. You would assume that ham is just ham, but it's not, is it? So this was the most expensive one I could see, but it's probably still got things in it that we should be avoiding. I don't actually eat ham anyway, I'm pescatarian, but the kids and my husband do. Then if we come over to snacks, I tried to keep it really minimal. So I got popcorn for the kids instead of crisp. I did get some of these pan au chocolat because we do find these really convenient for like taking out for snacks for the kids. I got some olives for me, which will be with the hummus that you'll see in a bit, and also these crackers, which are amazing. Again, breadsticks, possibly for the kids if they'll eat them. Got some crisps for the grown-ups. And then some of these Aldi organic Mamia rice cakes. The kids absolutely love these. Then if we move into kind of like pantry, dairy, random items. So I got 2 of the mini pizzas. As I've said before, don't judge me, the kids will not eat regular pizza, so I have to get this one. I got some baked beans. I got some black beans, which are for the Mexican baked eggs. I've got this super nice, extra special, whatever it's called, specially selected hummus. This with olives and these crackers. Thank me later. I got some unsalted butter, which I needed for a recipe. I got egg noodles for the cucumber, what did I say it was? Cucumber and edamame noodle salad. I also got some of these ramen noodles. I have no plan for these, but I absolutely love ramen, so I want to figure out how to make one. Like a good one. I got some brown sugar, some pine nuts, which are for the spicy pasta, some tomato puree. I got some corn yogurt for my husband. I've got some dried herbs and spices. Got decaf tea. The coffee, if you've been around here, you know this is the Nescafe drink for Alta Rica. It's basically Costa Rican instant coffee. This is the only non-branded coffee my husband will drink. And I also got some puff pastry. That is for the pinwheels. Then sort of dairy and drinks. I got some Baby Bells for a better snack for the kids and also me. I got 2 blocks of cheese because we're going to need it. I've got some double cream, which is for the spicy pasta. I've got some creme fraiche, which I think is for the mushroom stew. I've got some Greek yogurt, milk, Weetabix's pantry, Cheerios for the kids' breakfast, orange juice and smoothies. That's it for the table. I do have a few household bits. So let me put this away and then we'll talk about that. Also, the few bits of Christmas food that may have fallen into my basket. I don't know if I explained the eggs. So I got a 15 pack of eggs for like cooking, the kids scrambled eggs, because again, they literally do not care. And then I got some of these like golden yolk eggs for like if I have scrambled eggs or we have something where eggs are the main feature, like the Mexican baked eggs. So I got a bunch of eggs. Then in household, I got nappies, kitchen roll, washing up liquid, some non-bio laundry pods, some dishwasher tabs, and then dishwasher salt, which I am told we needed. And then I will confess, a few Christmas bits fell into my basket, but I feel like this is a good way of cutting the cost of Christmas by spreading it about a bit. So I got this gin cracker for my mum because she loves a gin and tonic. So this has in it raspberry and red currant flavoured pink gin with Indian tonic water. I like to do my mum like a bit of a hamper, so I thought this would go really nicely in there. This was $3.99, which I don't think is too bad. Then for my dad, I got him these dark chocolate Brazil nuts. I tend to get my dad edible gifts because there's nothing I can buy that man that he actually wants. So he does enjoy a chocolate covered Brazil nut. So these were $2.79. And sticking with gifting, I also got the kids these massive chocolate coins. They're really into chocolate coins. These are huge. They're a bit of a novelty. I got them last Christmas. It's becoming a bit of a tradition. These cost me 99p each. So that's the kind of gifting section. Then I got this cracker selection for sort of a cheese and crackers night, which we do enjoy. I like to get fancy cheeses at Christmas. Schmancy ones that we wouldn't usually get. I really like this cracker selection. This was $3.79, so not cheap, but it's very much a Christmas only item in this house. And are these for Christmas or am I just gonna eat them? Because the last packet I bought is gone. These are salted caramel gonks, they were $1.29. So that accounts for almost £14 worth of my shop. Now the total cost of my shop was, it's a long list, £145.89. Now, as we've just said, about £14 of that was like Christmas gifting and Christmas food. So without that, it would have been closer to the £130 mark, which gives me about £20 to buy bits that I couldn't get at Aldi and bits that I forgot, like apples. But I did get almost everything on my list, so I think we'll be about right with the £150 budget this week. To save a little bit more money, I did buy a £100 gift card on Everup. I bought it before I went, so I just sort of guesstimated. I knew I would spend at least £100, so I bought a £100 gift card, used that and then paid the rest with my card. Everup's a cashback app. You can't technically get cashback at Aldi, but Everup do let you get the virtual coins, and with those coins you can play free games. So when you buy an Aldi gift card on the Everup app, you get these virtual coins, you play their free games, and you can win money on them. And I won, hold please, I won £1.49 on those free games, so that's like 1.5% cashback on that £100 gift card, which saves me a little bit of money. Not a lot, but it's better than nothing, right? Also, ignore the stain on my top. Like, I don't even know what that is. I've had this on for one day. I don't have my mic on. Oh, I do. Honestly, what is wrong with me? So right now, I feel really good about this shop. In terms of keeping things under control this week, we need to try and stay out of the shop, try and stay out of top-up shopping. I'm not drinking alcohol at home this month. I always feel like that makes me sound really bad. When I say at home, it's because we don't go out. Like, we rarely go out, we have kids, we don't have family nearby to help us. So if we're gonna have a drink, it's at home on a weekend and it's literally one or two. I feel like I've been run over if I have 2 alcoholic drinks. I just can't hack it anymore. And after my 40th birthday, I just decided, right, I'm not gonna drink at home. Obviously, with it being the lead up to Christmas, there are a few little events that I've got coming up that I want to kind of give myself the option. So I don't want to be as strict as I am not drinking at all, because the run up to Christmas is not necessarily the best time to do that, but I definitely want to cut it down. So I won't be needing to buy alcohol, which means no Friday night shop runs where you then come back with a bunch of stuff that you didn't need. And hopefully I'm going to make some really nice recipes and start to slowly but surely get our family eating less processed food and more home cooked, more whole foods, because that is my goal for the kids, but also for myself. Especially in winter, I think that's when it's the hardest time to eat well, but it's the most important, because you can definitely end up feeling pretty rubbish in winter, especially like January to March. I don't mind the lead up to Christmas, but January to March can get in the bin. Anyway, that is our weekly shop for our family of 4 on a £150 budget, plus a few little Christmas bits. Let me know what you think of my shop. How do you think I did for the budget? What do you think of what I bought? What I'm really struggling with is snacks for me, like whole food snacks. I feel like snacks tends to come with like pre-packaged. And apart from the hummus and thins and like breadsticks, I'm not so sure. So drop your healthy snack ideas in the comments, but whatever you do leave me a comment. You have no idea how much dropping a comment on a video like this can help a little channel like mine. I am Leigh from Mortgage Freely. I talk about money and mum life on the internet. We do budget with me's. I will be sharing my Christmas budget soon. I'll be sharing what I've got my kids for Christmas. We're also in the middle of a massive declutter of my house. I think next week might be the pre-Christmas toy declutter. So if you want to see all that, make sure you're subscribed and I will see you on the next one.